Hello and welcome to Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus. This is of course the PlayStation 3 port, so it is the quote-unquote HD version that actually runs at more than 15 FPS. I'm gonna go with new game. I'm actually borrowing this PlayStation 3 from my nephew because I still don't have a PlayStation 3 of my own after mine died a couple years ago. So thankfully he's letting me borrow it for a week or so to record this Let's Play. I actually did return the favor for him in a way because he has it's a fat PS3, but it's the later model of the fat PlayStation 3 that isn't PlayStation 2 backwards compatible, but is still the fat model. The fan was screaming and getting really loud and high pitched and like basically overheating every time he tried to play it and like use it at all. So I took it apart, and lo and behold, it was just packed tight with dust. And so I took it apart, cleaned it out, and replaced the thermal paste on the CPU and GPU. And now it's quieter than my computer. So it's pretty nice. So I guess I returned a favor for him in that sense. I'm also going to replace the disk drive, since I already have a couple of spare disk drives for this PlayStation 3. Since it has trouble ejecting discs. They get stuck and it just doesn't eject them very well because it's very old. So I'll replace the disk drive as well before I give it back to him. I've been wanting to do a Let's Play of this game for a very, very long time, but never had the ability to. I didn't have a good enough capture card back when I had a PlayStation 3 to warrant recording this. I didn't really want to do it with a component. And I didn't want to do just 720p 60 FPS. So now that I have a good capture card that actually does HDCP stripping, which is surprising, I'm recording this through HDMI and set to full 1080p. I think this game only runs at 30, but it could run at 60 FPS. I don't remember. I'll have to check and see, but I don't remember what FPS this game runs at. I would like to say 60, but it doesn't look like 60 at all times. But then again, this game very demanding, and it was just a port to the PlayStation 3. It wasn't a full remake as far as I'm aware, so that they could have fixed some performance issues and made things look nicer, but there's no point. They just wanted to port it and clean it up a little bit. So the main character there is Wander, and he's rode in on his horse Agro, I believe is the name. And there's some girl that seems to be dead. And he's bringing up to an altar. This game's story is very dark. Very, very much so dark. And there's a lot of debate on whether what Wander does is right or wrong throughout the game, and I'll explain it as we go along. Well, I'll explain it in a little bit here, actually. But yeah, you could tell these graphics are PlayStation 2 graphics. However, they were at the end of the PlayStation 2's life cycle.
I use the Ulacol Doloya. Olik, Olazulam, Cos. Ilzozeri Ku Atzoko. I'm no screwed. Lavomism Wop. Was you at the last also? Few hours is will. Equal Kizado you Lola. Easily was I quick. You are la quicker.
And that is exactly what Wander has done. He found this land and trespassed upon it to bring his girlfriend back to life. Now some weird shadow things are going to sprout from the ground. very reminiscent of Ico, considering this game is made by the same people who made Ico. It is, in some way, a spiritual successor or spiritual prequel or something to the game. It's somehow related to it, and the only way it's related to it is because of the end of the game. And he's just holds his sword up and gets rid of all of them. Because he magically just suddenly knows how to do that. Thou possess the ancient sword. So, thou art mortal. Thou art correct. We are the one known as Dorman. That maiden's soul. Souls that are once lost cannot be reclaimed. Is that not the law of mortals? With that sword, however, it may not be impossible. That is, of course, if thou manage to accomplish what we asketh. Behold the idols that stand along the wall. Thou art to destroy all of them. But those idols cannot be destroyed by the mere hands of a mortal. You too. In this land, there exist Colossi that are the incarnations of those idols. If thou defeatest those Colossi, the idols shall fall. But heed this, the price you pay may be heavy indeed. Very well. Raise thy sword by the light. And head to the place where the sword's light gathers. There thou shalt find the Colossi thou art to defeat. Alright. Well, that was 15 minutes of introduction. And now be on thy way. So 15 minutes of cutscenes and introduction stuff later. That's gonna be it for the first episode. There's just gonna be nothing but cutscenes. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. In the next one, we'll go fight the first Colossus and find our way around this magical kingdom. So take it easy and peace out.